working on a project as beautiful as this, I'm going to give you a walk tour on the project. When you get to a Cakebot, you click on create model. You can practically tell it anything you want. Like, I want to go to YouTube, I want to search and find a YouTube video. I'll put the name of the video I want, the bot to search for. I'll also put in a link, so when it searches for that particular title, it will go through all the search results. If it sees a particular link, then I can give it time, minimum time and maximum time. So 1 to 2 minutes, you should spend like 1 to 2 minutes before it finally clicks on the ad. That's because if you don't do that, the moment it searches for something, within few seconds, the bot will actually just, because it's a bot, it will filter through all the results in less than a second, and it will find the particular link you were actually looking for from the search. So if it starts very fast, Google would actually know something is up. So what we did was to simulate some time. Even if the bot has actually searched for a particular YouTube video, it spends like few minutes before it finally clicks on it. Now, if you don't want to do this, which I recommend you don't do this alone, it's two ways. You can search and find a video, just like I explained now. You can also provide the link. So let's assume I have the video link. I can just put in the link to the YouTube video and put in like okay, let's say the video is like 6 minutes long. I can put in 4 to 6 minutes. So this means each bot will go to that particular YouTube video, visit YouTube video with link. It will go to a particular link. This is not a YouTube link, but this is just an example. So it will head over to the link here, spend 4 to 6 minutes watching the video. Within this period, it will be going through the page, so it's actually going to simulate it like a real human being. Now, I can also go to other tools like Google, such as make an SEO boost. This is where it searches for something on Google. Like, it can search about something, and then if you have a specific link you want the bot to click from the search results, you can provide it here. Then if you don't want to actually do this, you could just make a Google search. It searches for anything and just randomly clicks on all of them. So the basic reason why we're actually creating so many things you could do is so that when your bot finally engages with your website, it has some form of what's it called again, authenticity. So most people write bots that just heads over to their website. Like, if you head over to browser tools, I can give it a specific website and I can say stay 1 to 2 minutes on this website. I can head over to the primary actions, so secondary actions, and say click on this particular link, and when you click on the link, spend 3 to 5 minutes there. So what will happen is that this bot will visit this website, spend 1 to 2 minutes on the website. After a while, it will navigate to this particular section, click on it, and spend 3 to 5 minutes there. Now, most people don't even go to secondary action. What most bots does is just visit a website. They don't even spend 1 to 2 minutes. They just visit a website, stay for some time, go off, right? Most of them visit the websites, and there's a JavaScript that just clicks on anything that has like Google AdSense URL on it. Now, the dangers of this is not the fact you're using a proxy. It's not the fact you're using a time zone. It's not the fact that what is it called again, maybe you were caught for no reason. Why Google would definitely catch you is two major things. The first one, you don't have a cookie. A cookie means a way they can actually track you. If you visit any website, you'll be told, please accept these cookies. So cookies is basically like something they save on your computer. So each time you come back, they can identify you. Now picture it this way. If you have logged into Google before, each time you open Google, you don't have to log in again. That's because Google actually identifies you. Now, Google wants to be able to know the amount of people who engage with a particular content. So if I have a YouTube channel, for instance, and I want to drive a whole lot of traffic to my YouTube video, now if I go head over right here and I just go straight to the YouTube video and I watch the YouTube video with a bot that has never had any cookies in it, after a while, no matter the amount of engagement I gather, they get deducted. Have you ever been in a position where you bought views, you bought engagement from one of these websites that sells, bought engagement and all that? Maybe you bought like 1,000 views on your YouTube video, and then after a while, you notice that the videos you had bought 1,000 views for actually had 1,000 views. But after some time, the views start getting deducted. From 1,000 views, it falls to 800, 600, 500, and after a while, it goes almost to just few hundreds above what you did. Now, this is a clear description telling you that Google were able to spot that most of those traffic were invalid. And a huge number of ways they do it is to check the visitors that came in. That is what we call a first timer and a returning user. Like a first timer is basically when a bot just lands on a particular website. It stores cookies on the website or the browser. Like if you open up a new tab or a new Google and you head over to YouTube, the moment you open YouTube, it stores some cookies on your browser. So this cookie is like Google saying, okay, you're coming up here. This is a cookie that we're going to use to track you. Now, this cookie is actually supposed to use to improve that experience of the user. So, for instance, if I come over to YouTube with a completely new browser and I'm watching videos around tech. Now, what happens is whenever I open that particular Google Chrome browser, I'll be seeing tech related video. Now, if I open another browser and all I do there is to search for cooking recipes, whenever I open on that particular browser again, which is the one I use in searching for cooking recipe, I will likely see videos about cooking. So, how does Google know to give us tech related videos or cooking related videos? It's basically through your cookies. So the algorithm is meant to track what you do so as to offer similar content that will be relevant to you. So they don't want to just give you random videos. They want to give you videos they think you're going to be interested in. So majority of the bots people create don't phantom this into consideration. So what they practically just want to do is to drive as many traffic as possible to your YouTube channel. The moment your 1000 views is completed, AWO. But it's even better on YouTube because YouTube deduct your views. When it comes to a website, it is a bit dangerous. Now this is why it's dangerous on a website. On a website, Google would flag you for invalid traffic. Now the moment Google starts telling you you have invalid traffic, it's not going to take time for you to get banned, right? So within few days, few months, you should see something like your account has been closed by Google. So this simply means Google feels you're doing something shady and they're closing your Google AdSense account. Now this is really very scary. Like very scary because every single person that I know of who has used bots in the past must have had one or two of this experience. Most of them they were given a warning and they never tried it again. Most of them they were quite stubborn and they lost their Google AdSense account. Making my own bot, I had to figure out a whole lot of ways to bypass all this. So what we did with OKBot was we stored every single cookie on a database. So there's a central server where once you turn on a bot and the bot opens up a YouTube channel and it does every single thing you want it to do, the moment the bot goes to do other activities, it goes with that fingerprint. And when the bot is done for the day, it stores all its cookies and fingerprints across multiple websites on our server. So when next it opens a website, you can actually turn on a specific bot. Each bot has a name. I think that is here. Each bot has a name. So when next you turn a specific bot, you're not just switching on a device. You're switching on a device that would actually contact the server and download whatever cookie you had period to now. So if you logged into a Google account, if you logged into YouTube, if you've been doing lots of things on YouTube, the moment you come back a date, just practically see your Cakebot as a bot manager. It's basically like having 1001 browsers, but these browsers are all stored on our server. So you can only turn them on whenever you feel like. Give them tags to automate, after which their states have been stored on our server, so you can always come back to use them. So this simply means the problem of Google tracking you from cookies has been taken away. So Google can no longer say, oh, you're coming up with a bot that is a first timer. Instead, they will see you as a returning user. So that means we saw you yesterday, a day before yesterday, we've been seeing you for some time. It's because each time the bot comes up online, it loads the cookie as compared to the bot you see online that practically has to open with no cookies. Now, most people will tell you when you use cookies, you can be tracked, that you should actually come in anonymously, use 1001 devices. As beautiful as that sounds, Google has actually beefed up their security, where it is actually a problem when you had huge traffic coming in from devices that were not tracked or that couldn't be tracked or reached after they did an activity related to you. So let me explain. Imagine you created 20,000 devices using one of these random bots that tells you clear your cookies, clear your cache, or they don't actually use cookies to even start with. Now they drive a whole lot of traffic to your YouTube. Now each time they open YouTube, Google stores cookies on that browser. Now where there is a problem is after they do whatever they do on your website, they often clear the cookies, or I mean the cookies are not saved. So when next the browser opens, it opens without cookies. So when Google notices majority of your engagements are coming in from first timers that only engaged with you means they only came to your YouTube video, they only came to your website, after which they never did any other thing for the day or for another time. That means the only thing they did when they came online was to watch your videos, click on adverts, or engage on your website, after which they were never seen again. If you have huge number of traffic coming in this way, Google marks it as invalid traffic. This is why when you use arbitrage, you also face the same thing. Like if you're using arbitrage, you will see lots of traffic coming into your website. After a while, Google is getting you banned for arbitrage. Now, the major reason why they get you banned is because majority of the times, the people who open this your link, because arbitrage involves going over to YouTube, going over to Facebook, going over to um, Pinterest, going over to other websites, run advertisements to drive traffic to your website, with hopes that when this audience who visited this ad come to your site, your engagement would increase, your impressions would skyrocket, and sometimes they could click on this. Now this might sound very nice. A lot of people were making money from Google AdSense arbitrage in the past, but the problem now is these recent social media platforms, they don't let you open a website through your own browser. So if I'm on Instagram, for instance, and I send you a link, majority of the times when you click on the link will be opened on Instagram frame. So it doesn't take me to Google, where I've already been making my Google search. Like it doesn't take me to my Google Chrome, where like on a computer now, if I send you a link, you click on it on a computer, it will open Google. And when it opens Google, it uses my own Google account to open whatever link you gave me. So if that's a website that has Google AdSense, Google can actually identify me because they already know me. I have a Google account that is logged in. But if you send that link on a website, sorry, on a social media platform like Instagram or Facebook, if the link is being clicked on, it doesn't go to Google, that Google already knows this is you. Instead, these browsers, which is this Instagram, Facebook, they have what we call a sandbox browser. So it's like a browser they open that doesn't really have access to your anything. It's just like a protective browser that allows you to visit the website. So now when that protective browser opens, most people will stay on the site, most of them will like it, they'll click on something, but after a while, Google notices that there were a huge number of traffic from devices after which they couldn't track, because those Instagram, Facebook browser that usually helps you open a particular link, they're sandboxed. That means whatever cookie was created there would actually be destroyed the moment you leave, which means you would get banned when you use Google AdSense arbitrage. So the only safe thing to do is if you can have 20,000 Google accounts, 5,000 Google accounts, 1,000 Google accounts, and use each of them to actually head over to your website, engage, click on ad. Now, if you want to do this as a human being, you presume you understand it's going to be very, very taxful. You practically have to be switching different browsers. You could go crazy, you could go nuts. So what OKEkBot does is allows you to click as many browsers as possible. Each of them right now, it's a complete browser with a complete cookie that has been sustainable, means each time we use it, it gets restored. So it's basically like a live browser that you can now turn this series of browsers on. When you turn them on, you can now give them an activity. This activity could be something you've already programmed, such as visit my websites, head over to YouTube, do this, do this. So not only are you turning on these browsers with cookies, you're also giving them series of activities. So they don't just come to your website, engage and zoom off, and then tomorrow they come in, engage and zoom off. No, they're able to do a vast majority of things, after which they go off. So this is how we bypass Google AdSense detection 100%. Now, coupled up with the fact that the bots has behavioral analysis that are quite good, it actually engages with website and platforms like a human would, and the fingerprints are